Okay, as you watch this next sketch, keep in mind numbers that are common multiples of both 15 and 18. I think it might be fun. Whoa!
Bozo's Clown School. Are you the Bozo in question?
So, you want to be a clown? You look like you got the makings of one.
Mr. Bozo, my name is J. Edgar, and I am a government agent. I've been sent over to investigate this school you've been running. We have reason to believe that you're defrauding the greater clown market. There's no such thing as a serious clown school.
You're not serious.
No, you're not serious.
Seriously, I train precise, disciplined clowning here. The Bozo method.
Be prepared to prove that.
I see you've met two of my students already.
Your students just attacked a federal officer. You are in big trouble, Bozo.
Au contraire. That was fun. That's part of our precision clown training. You see, every 15 seconds, Ha-Ha does a beach ball bounce. And every 18 seconds, Ho-Ho does a bullhorn blaster. I train serious, precise clowns here. That proves it.
That proves nothing. The clowns just are not that precise. This is not a legitimate operation.
See there? Right on time.
Not so fast. A beach ball and a bullhorn never thwarted a government investigation. Kindly ask your students to refrain.
Absolutely not. This is a class exercise. Every 15 seconds and every 18 seconds precisely. Right on time, see? Just like clockwork. You see? That was very, very precise.
If you can prove that you teach precision clown work, your school will not be shut down. If they are precise, you should be able to predict when they will be out here at the same time, for instance.
And I can. Look at this chart.
Well, it's a very nice chart, but it doesn't prove anything.
Oh, but it does. Note the times Ha-Ha comes in with a beach ball at 15-second intervals. Voila, you see? 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds. And Ho-Ho enters with a bullhorn at 18-second interval. See? 18 seconds, 36 seconds, 54 seconds. Now, if you notice, the two clowns will appear at the same time here. 90 seconds.
Interesting.
And from then on, every 90 seconds, the two clowns will appear at the same time. 90 seconds, 180 seconds, 270 seconds. Well, that's talent.
How do I know that this chart is correct?
Well, figure it out. Here are multiples of 15. Here are multiples of 18. Do you find any common multiples?
Sure, 90 is a common multiple of 15 and 18.
Wow, they teach you these things over at the government? Makes me feel like that's a...
Bozo, I'm sure. When was the last time they were here together?
The last time they were here together was 85 seconds ago.
If you are indeed teaching precision clowning, they should be in here again right about now. Well, you've proven your point.
Well, thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank mathematics. Oh, and if I were you, I'd take life more seriously. Stop clowning around.
If I were you, I'd get a pencil and a piece of paper and get ready to play a game. Go ahead, you got time.
Yes, I talked to the producers.
And what did they say about getting a laugh track machine?
They said they bought one.
Oh, that's great. You're going to see I'm going to be just as funny as those other game show hosts.
I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Well, when they plugged it in during rehearsal,
Yeah?
it heard one of your jokes. And then it reached over and unplugged itself. And now it's time for America's favorite mathematical game show. But who's counting? And here's America's favorite mathematical game show host, Monte Carlo.
Hi, and welcome to But Who's Counting? Oh, what a nice audience. How many of you came here on a bus? Oh, great. Now, let's meet the contestants. And you are?
I'm Bella Lagosa.
And I'm Bonnie Lagosta, and you've got a lovely neck.
And where do you hail from? It's a little beachfront town in California called Malibu.
Now, let's meet your opponent. And you are?
I'm John.
And I'm Ethel. Mabel.
And what do you do for a living?
We are the greatest actors in history.
Nice to have you with us. Now, let's meet the girl who lives next door to all our dreams, Amber Jeanette. Amber? Oh, there she is. Now, you all know how to play the game?
Yes, we do.
I'll tell you anyway. We'll choose 5 digits at random, one at a time. Your job is to place each of those digits on your scoreboard. Make one 3-digit number and one 2-digit number. When you're done, add them up, and whichever couple has the larger sum wins the prize. Remember, once you place a digit on your board,
You can't move it.
That's right. And of course, there will be a bonus prize for the largest possible sum. You folks at home, get pencil and paper ready so you can play along with us. Is everybody ready?
Yes, we are. Absolutely, absolutely.
Great! Spin the wheel, Amber. It's a number 9. Ooh, that's a great beginning, Amber. Number 9. Three. Second digit is number 3. Great earrings, Amber. Did you make them yourself? That's a 6. That's a 6. Okay. On to the 4th digit. The tension's building here, folks. What could it be? A 5? Yes, it's a 5. Okay, one more digit. Spin on. The 5th digit is a 4. A 4. Okay, couples? Add up your numbers. Now, while you're doing that, I just happen to have a fan letter here for Amber Jeanette. It says, "Dear Amber Jeanette, I'm 11 years old and I love your show. how old were you when you decided to go into show business? 9. Okay, ready? Total, please.
Monty, we have a very delicious number.
Yes, and Monty, by the way, we love the color of your tie.
Thanks.
We have a beautiful number. It's 1017.
1017, bloody good number. And your total, please.
No, Monty. I'm afraid we've arrived at the rather paltry sum of 999.
999. Looks like the Lugoses win the game. Now, the best possible sum is 1017. Lugoses, would you show the folks at home how you came to that number?
Absolutely.
See, they added 964 to 53, got 1017. Could you tell us your winning strategy?
Absolutely, Monty. First of all, stay out of the sunlight. Not now, darling. Secondly, always put the large numbers to the left. Not now, darling.
But I'm thirsty.
And the small numbers to the right.
Large numbers to the left. Well, you win first prize, Lugoses, electric tap shoes. Second prize goes to the Marybores, the Brooklyn Bridge. And, of course, the Lugoses win the bonus prize, an inflatable cow. Well, that's all we have time for today. So bye-bye from... Who's Housing? Come on, look.
Oh, dear. Whatever will I do?
Honey, I'm home. Oh, now what are you doing? Mwah. Shouldn't you be getting ready for the party?
Well, I am, dear. I'm just trying to figure out how many hors d'oeuvres to serve tonight. I want to make sure that each guest gets an equal amount with no leftovers.
Huh. Everybody gets an equal amount. Oh, I've got it. All we have to do is figure out the number of guests that are coming to the party and then multiply that number times the number...
But we're not sure how many are coming. We may get 12, 16, or 24. Not sure.
Really? Well, we've got the strangest friends. Well, never you mind. I'm going to get a piece of paper, and we'll figure out exactly how much food we need to give 12, 16, or 24 people equal amounts of food with none left over. How's that, honey? Joan? Joan, you're not thinking of calling...
Yes, common multiple man. Years ago, while working for a midtown mathematical conglomerate known simply as Math and Brew, an accountant named Norman Redundant was involved in a freak accident.
Oh!
Norman was transformed from this to this. Common multiple man. He was endowed with the ability to determine instantly the common multiples of any 2 or more whole numbers.
I am a superhero
In a dumb suit.
with a pretty nutty superpower. Well, you go with what you've got. I'm sorry I took so long.
Can't you fly or anything?
I couldn't even get a cab. But have no fear, for common multiple man is here.
Yes, I see. All right, well, we're having a party, and we are going to have 12, 16, or 24 guests. We're not sure,
Uh-huh.
but we do know that we want each guest to get the same amount of hors d'oeuvres with none left over. And
48. You need either 48, 96, or 240.
How did he do that? Super.
Yes, well, it's something which
Dear, it's very, very easy. Look, all you have to do is take the possible number of guests, 12, 16, or 24. You find their multiples, then you find the common multiple.
Absolutely. That's the first step.
For example, here's one, 48. All right, and here's another one, 96. Now, you pick one of the common multiples, you buy that amount of hors d'oeuvres, and everyone will get an equal share.
Correct. But the
For
next...
example, let's say you picked 48, and 16 guests showed up. each guest would get 3 hors d'oeuvres. If 24 guests showed up, each guest would get 2 hors d'oeuvres. And if 12 guests showed up, each one would get 4 hors d'oeuvres. You see?
Yes, absolutely. But most people
All
would...
because of common multiples. Equal shares, none left over.
Yes, but when I did it instantly and with a funny sound. And you did not.
Fine. That's fascinating. Excellent. Very strange costume.
Hey, it won't come off, okay?
Well, thanks for stopping by, Common Multiple Man. We'd love to have you stay, but we've already solved the hors d'oeuvres problem, and...
I can find a common multiple for any set of numbers. It's a gift.
I'm sure you can. Well, bye.
Most people cannot do this. It's
Joan, we could have done this ourselves. Anyone can.
Yes, anyone can do it, but you see when I do...
He knows. Well, bye.
Oh, great.
Join us soon
Hey,
for the
you
further
guys.
adventures of
My cape. My cape.
Common Multiple
Open the
Men.
door. You guys.
At the big diving meet at our school, a diver named Stanley O2 did a horrid backflip that the judges scored fifth. The worst ever seen at our pool. Well, the spectators let out a roar, but Stanley had more thrills in store. His next dive was poorer, cause such a purer, they gave him a negative score. He got less than zero. The stars was running in reverse. Less than zero. He's an anti-hero.
Watch me go from bad to worse.
At a dance contest down by the shore, Stan tripped and fell on the floor. The judge cried, P.U., you get -2. Said Stan with a grin.
Less is more.
He got less than zero. He's a negative guy. Less than zero. He's an anti-hero.
Worse than nothing is my battle cry.
When he skated for the roses at the row of the brink, the judges held their noses and said, Stan, you stink. You're so bad, we gotta give you a sub-zero score. It added up to -24. Stan entered a hammer throw meet, set a record that no one will beat. He threw it behind him. The score they assigned him was -55 feet. He got less than zero. No ifs and no ands and no buts. Less than zero. He's an anti-hero.
I'm a certified nationwide slut.
Yeah.
I'm a certified nationwide slut.
Yeah.
Yeah!
If Square One TV represents 100%, and this much of the show is over, how much is left? Think about it.
And now, a word from some bigwig at Square One TV.
Hello. Here at Square One TV, we're always asking questions. Is it raining? Where's the mustard? Say, who left the lights on? And while these are important questions, the really big question is Square One TV popular? Do people watch it? Is it exciting? Recently, we dared to ask the really big question, and that is, which is greater? The number of people who watch Square One TV or the number of people who eat rutabagas? Tonight, we have the answer to that question. The information is presented in this double bar graph. The number of people who eat rutabagas is represented by the blue bars. The number of people who watch Square One TV is represented by the red bars. This allows us to compare at a glance the numbers. As you can see, in May, we were soundly trounced by the rutabaga eaters. Square One TV was a new show, and not many people had heard about us. As a result, about 5 million people chose to eat a rutabaga rather than switch the channel to us. However, in August, the picture brightened. The word of mouth had spread, and the number of people watching Square One TV had doubled. Normally, we would have been overjoyed. However, this was the height of the rutabaga season, when they are particularly plump and sweet. And so once again, we were demolished by the competition. However, in November, the story did change. The early frost completely wiped out the rutabaga crop, reducing rutabaga consumption to almost zero. We, on the other hand, programmed some of our funniest shows in November, resulting in a decisive victory for Square One TV. We believe that this double bar graph shows that Square One TV beat the competition fair and square in the month of November. And we will continue to remain on top, bringing you fun and exciting programs that are at least as interesting as eating some old vegetable. Thank you, and good night.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Monday, 9:43 a.m., and the layer of smog blanketing the Los Angeles basin was so thick you could cut it with a cliche. My partner is George Frankly. The boss is Thad Green. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. George and I had just come off the case of the hidden baffles, in which a case of baffles had been hidden. It was a baffling case, one which I'll tell you about sometime, but not today. Today, I hoped, would be quiet. Good morning, George. George.
Mathnet, Frankly.
Good morning, George.
Good morning, Kate. Coming in this morning?
Uh-huh. See you, George.
You bet.
Don't ask. Anything going on, George?
Nope. I was saying that to Martha just last night. Not much going on at the shop, I said to her.
Uh-huh.
I try not to take my work home, Kate. Sometimes a fellow has to just spill it.
It's a good idea not to hold it in.
Will that be you again, Kate? On the phone, I mean? Mathnet, Frankly. Really? What's the location? We'll be right out. Afraid I was wrong when I said nothing was going on.
What was that call about?
Somebody just stole a dump truck full of dirt.
Dirt?
Yeah, dirt. I told them we'd be right out. It's a truck stop in Eagle Rock.
Let's roll. Morning, sir. I'm Monday. This is my partner, George.
Frankly.
Mathnet.
Hi, I'm Ernie.
Got a last name, Ernie?
Sure.
Good.
You reported your truck was stolen?
Yeah, and I feel pretty silly now.
Oh?
Yeah, you see, this is my truck.
What makes you think it's stolen?
Well, it's not anymore. You see, I stopped by for a cup of mud and a couple of sinkers.
A what?
Sorry, that's truck driver talk for a cup of coffee and 2 donuts. Anyway, I was in there for about 35 minutes. When I came out of the diner, my truck was gone. I went back in and called you two. When I came out again about 10 minutes later, she was back.
She?
Yeah, my truck.
How can you tell a girl truck from a boy truck?
Girl trucks usually wear more chrome. Anyway, I'm sorry to have bothered you.
No problem. George, let's get back to headquarters.
Yes. I'll tell them as soon as they come in.
Morning, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
I just took a message for you, Mathnetters. Somebody just swiped a dump truck full of dirt at Mom's truck stop and go.
We know. We just checked it out. The truck was returned.
The call just came in?
Just this minute. Driver named Gussie Bicep. Says she stopped for some mud and a couple of sinkers.
George, it's another one. This is getting to be an epidemic. Thanks, Debbie. George?
I know. Let's roll.
Yes, I'm Gussie Bicep.
And you're sure the truck was actually missing?
Yes, ma'am, it was gone.
Are you positive this is your truck?
Of course I'm positive.
Is it a boy or a girl?
What?
You You came out, the truck was gone. You went back inside and called us?
Yes, ma'am, that's the truth. And then when I come back out here about 5 minutes ago, the truck was back.
Okay, well, I guess we can't be of any help.
Sorry to have bothered you folks.
That's all right. We get mileage.
I thought Ernie was making a mistake when he thought his truck was gone, but it's unlikely they both would have been wrong. Know what I mean, George? George, what are you reading?
What's your sign, Kate?
My sign?
You know, your astrological sign. When were you born?
October 6th.
Libra. The scales. Balance. Here's your horoscope for today.
George, you don't really believe in those things.
No, they're just fun. It says, be careful in money matters. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. If life doesn't make sense, that's just the way things are sometimes.
Well, that certainly seems to be true.
Know what mine says? My chart, I mean?
Uh-uh.
Try to be a nice person, but watch out for a grizzly who might want to obliterate your name on a present.
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
What?
Beware of bears greeting gifts.
Mathnet, Monday. What, again? All right, we'll be right down.
Another dump truck disappearance?
Yep.
We ought to get a part-time job at that diner.
Yeah, let's roll. And when you came back out...
The truck was back.
How'd you know that?
Lucky guess.
Cup of mud, Kate?
I thought you'd never ask.
You know, Kate, maybe it's not a crime we're trying to solve.
What do you mean?
Maybe it's a prank. You know, somebody just fooling around like kids on Halloween. Ringing doorbells, soaping windows, extortion. Pranks like that.
What makes you say that, George?
Because nothing is missing from any of the trucks. One of the first things people learn when they go into the robbery business is to take something. Otherwise, there's no robbery.
But, George, something is missing.
What is missing?
The dirt. Someone is stealing the dirt.
Please, the men are getting cold and the British are coming!
Oh, you sound just like Paul Revere. I'll talk.
Well, the messenger said he was fleeing the British. He was going to cross Delaware River and save the Continental Army.
Isn't that romantic? A midnight boat ride.
You probably wouldn't recognize me in this getup, but I'm...
George Franklin, a Mathnet. How are you?
100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop. This program was made possible by grants from